everyone. So today we will discuss what is the history of Microsoft Dynamics CRM. Actually, history of CRM started around 2001 with the version 1.0 and then 1.2. And then later on, Dynamics CRM keep on evolving with version 3.0 in the year of 2005. Then after, in the year 2007, with codename Titan, Dynamics CRM version 4.0 came to the market, and it is pretty much accepted by the market. A lot of people started using Dynamics CRM. Then Dynamics CRM 2011 came to the market, and when Dynamics CRM 2011 came to the market, it is one of the stable version, and it took a long duration in the market. Even today, if you'll see, a lot of people are still using Dynamics CRM 2011. Then later, Dynamics CRM 2013 came to the market, and the code name was Orion version 6.0. There are a lot of UI changes. Actually, UI changes, there are version 4.0 to 2011, the UI changes, and in 2013 onwards, the tile feature introduced in Dynamics CRM. So they introduced navigation changes, because as I mentioned earlier, it was left navigation and all these things. Then after that, in 2013, it introduced the tiles features. So the navigation changes are there. Then mobile and tablet access introduced, business process flows, business rules, real-time workflows. All these are introduced in Dynamics CRM 2013. And then after CRM 2013, then they released under the code name Leo CRM version 6.1. It is the service pack 1 update, CRM 2013. Then Dynamics CRM 2015 under code name Vega, and the version is 7.0. It introduced OneNote, social engagement, and global search feature. Then Dynamics CRM 2015 service pack 1 with code name Karina, the version is 7.1. Then Dynamics CRM 2016 come to the market under the code name Ara, and the version is 8.0. And they introducing different kind of theming feature and interactive service bus, service hub. Then next is Dynamics CRM 2016 service pack 1. Definitely there are some updates came to the market under the code name Nows, and the version is 8.1. Then Dynamics 365 on December 2016, and the code name was Centraus. The version is 8.2, and they introduce app models, sitemap designer, editable grid, app for Outlook, and relevant search. Actually, there are a lot of new things also introduced. Just I am giving some of the key features, what is from user experience point of view, not from the developer point of view. And then Dynamics 365 under the code name Draco version 9 come to the market. And here Dynamics 365 came to the picture. And now if you'll see, the Dynamics 365 is the part of Microsoft Digital Feedback Loop. What exactly Microsoft Digital Feedback Loop? If you see in this picture, I am representing in the side view and the top view. If you see, all the feedback loop revolves around these 4 features: empower people, transform products, optimize operations, engage customers. And in the center is the data, because data is the most important part, and every business want to keep their data secure. So the core of all the applications, if you see in the side view, you can see the core is the data. So data resides on the Azure platform. How the digital feedback loop is a funnel shape. Azure platform, Dynamics, the data resides on Azure platform. How the Power Platform is built on Azure, and then on Cloud Platform, how the Dynamics 365 is built. And then definitely on top, on this on top there are app sources are there, ISP applications like independent vendors. They can develop their application and they can release to the marketplace like under the app stores. So this is how the Microsoft Digital Feedback Loop is all about. Actually, if you'll see based on the journey, there are data journey and application journey. If you see the data journey, data migration, data modernization, advanced analytics, data intelligence, and all these things, it is one kind of journey in the data platform. And under application platform, app migration, app modernization, smart apps, intelligence apps, and all these things, all these are converging towards the common goal and the digital innovation, the feedback, the digital feedback loop, that is again the customer, operation, product, and employees. These are the 4 pillars, and definitely, as I mentioned in the last slide, it addresses these 4 features: empower people, transform product, optimize operation, and engage customers. And in the current Dynamics 365, Microsoft put complete segment of its business apps like ERPs and CRM. Everything came under a single platform, it's Dynamics 365. So if you'll see in this slide how exactly it is representing, it's categorized under the 3 types, mostly is the transactional, analytical, and observational. So if you'll see intelligent sales and marketing, under that Dynamics 365 sales comes under that, Dynamics 365 marketing comes under that. Then proactive customer services, there Dynamics 365 customer service, field service, and marketing also comes under that. Then connected field service, under that field services, Dynamics 365 field service, marketing, and customer engagement comes under that. And modern finance and operation, definitely there are finance, operations, business central, human resources. Connected commerce, under that commerce and marketing is there. And under analytics, there are customer insights, there are sales insights, there are service insights, and fraud protection. All those things are there. And under observational, there are 365 guides, remote assists, all these things are there. And there is a platform, Power Platform residing. So we can seamlessly integrate the Power BI, Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Virtual Agents, and AI Builder and portals. All those things are there. So this is all about Dynamics 365 landscape. That's all for today. And we will try to explain all of the features with demo and everything in upcoming series. Please do subscribe and get latest update in my channel. Thank you.